Hello friends, welcome back to the channel and let's discuss about Nifty as today was a big, not a big, but yeah, certainly it was a fall day today. As I have already discussed, if you have already watched my previous videos, you can just infer from that as this area, as we are approaching this area, which is almost close to all-time high. This is the futures chart, I remind it. And if you see, these things are getting slower. The momentum by which Nifty was moving upside is getting slower. So I had already told, and in fact I have discussed in the yesterday's or maybe day before yesterday's videos. There's there looks to be a change in character in the overall market. Not that way that we are just going to hit 1,000 points to the downside. It may or may not be possible. But if you see up till here, we were having some upsides like this, clear upsides. Swings were getting slower, projections were getting uh, diminished. It came here, it came back, and a high was printed here. New high means in relation to these particular swings. After that, this was the first point where we broke the low. If you have already seen my trading 618 system, this is change of character and this is the intermediate change of trend as well. Once this low has been broken, the low from which a new higher high was printed, if that is broken, we assume that the trend has changed in the medium term. So if you see, this is something which I have drawn maybe a couple of days back, if I remember. So I have already discussed this thing that this looks to be a good move to the upside, but once we reach closer to the previous high, there might be a possibility we will be getting diminished moves. And once it breaks this structure, if you see, I have clearly discussed this point, and in fact I took the position with the same analysis and same thesis. If you see, once this low was broken here, that was quite evident. I was already expecting once a new latest low has been broken, we expect a deep retracement. So this was our swing, and I was expecting something a deeper entry somewhere around 61 or 70%. In fact, my entry was around a 95 or something like that. Yeah, I hit 95, around 95. My exact entry was 95. As I saw it retracing, the retracement was so fierce that in fact it moved way beyond 61 and 70%. I just pushed the button of sell around and I got filled around 95. So once this retracement was filled, it was very, very easy. As you can see, it was very easy to capture the target, and my target was 61.8. In the opening session today, the target was filled as well. After that, I was just expecting that maybe we'll be working with smaller swings because there are multiple levels of supports here. There are multiple levels of supports here. If you see, in fact, this gap area would be also acting as a support. If it is not evident, I will just zoom it up. So this is the gap area. This gap area was also acting as a support. I was thinking that it might act as a support as well. So instead of being greedy, 61.8 extension was my target. It filled out, I was just sitting outside. In fact, after that, I tried to take some intraday trades here, and that's human psychology on the contra side. And there was a SL hit somewhere around here. So I lost 15 20 points, I guess. Yeah. And after that, watching yeah, once we should move to fifth 5-minute chart as well. If you try to analyze, this swing is pretty fierce, and the subsequent swing going down is lethargic. It is very choppy. So what does it suggest? It suggests that after second half, the momentum to the downside was not so ferocious. In fact, it was not continued to break the low which was created in the morning session. All right. Seeing all this, and since it is having few levels of support here as well, I just carried out a position, light position on the long side. Why did I carry this long position on the long side? Because if you see, this kind of structure is very very close to multiple support levels. In fact, if it continues or breaks today's low in the morning session or in the Monday session, and if it consolidates here and it starts going up, that could be a deeper pullback from here. In fact, 100 to 100 points from here. So that's my analysis. That's what I'm thinking. And but yeah, still it is a risky bet. It is a risky bet, and I have just taken this thing. All right. So one more thing which I wanted to show, which was behind my analysis. If you see, I have plotted these moving averages, which are not too much, into decision making, but yes, they sometimes act very good as levels of support and resistance from where the bounces and retracements take place. So if you see from here, after just having a good trend established, it started having pullback from the 20 MA. You see, 20 MA, 20 MA. Yeah, this lighter one is 10. This is 20, and this is 50. Just for information. And from here, it started taking support on the 10 MA. Right now, today it broke 10 MA and it is touching the 20 MA. It is touching the 20 MA. That was another point which I was thinking, that this 20 MA could act as a support here and may or may not act. That's another part. But I'm thinking that it could give a retracement here, which is why I took long position home. But it has SL, so that's not something to be kind of a game or something like without any analysis. If you see here as well, it it takes support on 20, it takes supports on 10, 10, it takes on 20. Here it closes below 10 MA and bounces heavily from the 20 MA. The trend is not exactly changed, but we are playing for a bounce. You see, this 20 MA, we got a bounce, big bounce here. So that's what this is, the first close below 10 MA, and I'm expecting that a bounce should take place from here, and that would be my trade. Profit and get out. That's it. So going forward, what should we do with respect to Nifty? We need to wait here. I think there are not too much clear directions here. If this area is getting broken, you see, these areas are getting broken, and then we get a retracement, then possibly we will be playing the trend. Otherwise, I think we should still wait for the trend to emerge. I still feel we are not completely into the downtrend, but yes, some character has changed for sure. Some character of market has changed for sure. All right. So let's quickly look into the stocks which we have been carrying over lately. First one is Madras Fertilizers. I think we should remove this thing. This has not materialized as we were thinking. If break above this was there, it would have been forming very very good structure here. That's what I was thinking. But since the overall market is weak, this has moved very heavily to the downside, though this can be removed as well. Next one is Schaeffler. Yeah, if you see, these are the areas which have been broken decisively here, and I am thinking if it crosses above this, which will be 3300, we can keep a stop loss of 2-3% up below, the buying price, if you see, today the indecisive candle, completely indecisive. It took support on 10 MA, and if you see, the decision is not that much something to be considered about. If it goes above 3300, 3295, somewhere around, I think a buy should be initiated. But mind it, the positions now will be not with a full-fledged positions. I think the market character is getting changed, and I think you should only open light positions. That's what I want to suggest it. And 2-3% of stop loss. Let's see how it behaves. Minda Corp was also suggested. I think it would have hit the stop loss as well. So I think we can remove this from our watch list as well. Not working. Patel Engineering, this has also moved down from the breakout area which I was looking that it will break. It is still taking support here, but the stop loss will be getting higher. I would not prefer this much of a stop loss. So not working like that. Rights, I was again thinking that it will be giving a up move, but I was thinking to suggest this as well, but today it has also gone down below the support level here. So not working. In fact, few people might have taken some positions here on the breakout of this large candle. They might have got just stopped out. So this is not good. This is something which I'm thinking that can give a good position here. See, the volume is also high. Somebody is taking the long positions. So what will I do? I'll buy above 1670 and put a stop loss of 1625. On 30-minute chart, if you see, this is something, a pivot loop just forming. If this is broken, then I will take a buy position. Otherwise, I will just wait and watch on this one as well. So not too many good positions for long side as market is somewhat changing its character. Let's see how it behaves on Monday. But still, these are the stocks I think which can be watched out. No strict full-fledged long position, as I have already told. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions or suggestions, please do post in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.